Let's be real, we all have the same problem. This never-ending stream of long videos, webinars, and podcasts that we just don't have time for. But what if you could soak up all that knowledge without spending hours glued to a screen? Well, the solution is AI, and we're about to break down exactly how it works. I mean, we've all been there, right? You find some amazing 2-hour lecture, you hit watch later, and that's pretty much where it stays. The list just keeps getting longer, and that feeling of never having enough time gets a little heavier. And here's why that feeling is so universal. Get this, every single minute, more than 500 hours of new video are uploaded just to YouTube. So it's not just you. It is literally physically impossible for anyone to keep up. The sheer scale of information is just overwhelming. And that really gets to the heart of the problem we're digging into today. It's not that there isn't enough amazing information out there. There's tons of it. It's that our time is so incredibly scarce. We're living in this world of abundant knowledge, but, very finite attention. And look, this isn't just a video problem. This challenge is totally mainstream now. A whopping 62% of adults in the US listen to podcasts, and they're tuning in for over 7 hours every single week. When you think about it, that's practically a part-time job just trying to stay in the loop. So, okay, the problem is pretty clear. How in the world do we bridge this huge gap between all the content we want and the little time we have? Well, this is where our hero enters the story, artificial intelligence, and specifically the power of AI summarization. So what are these tools exactly? To put it simply, they do all the heavy lifting for you. They can take hours and hours of content and just distill it all down to the most important parts, the main takeaways, the big highlights, and even searchable transcripts. And this tech has gotten so much better so fast. It started with some pretty simple tools, things like Eightify, which were cool for basic YouTube summaries. But now we've got these advanced platforms like Gemini and NotebookLM that can do way more. They can even pull insights from a bunch of different sources all at once. All right, so let's get practical. We're going to focus on 2 really powerful Google tools that you can start using today. Seriously, think of them as your own personal AI research assistants. Now, here's the most important thing to get, knowing which tool to use for which job. Think of it like this. Gemini is your specialist. It's perfect for analyzing one single piece of content. NotebookLM, on the other hand, is your generalist. It's like a research hub for connecting lots of different sources to see that bigger picture. So let's take a closer look at Gemini. It's not just going to spit out a summary. It gives you a full transcript, and even better, it adds timestamps. That means you can immediately jump to the exact 5 or 10 minutes that you actually care about. And honestly, the best part, you can ask it follow-up questions. It turns just watching something into an active conversation. Okay, now NotebookLM, this just takes things to a whole other level. Imagine you're researching something. You can feed it, say, 4 YouTube videos, a couple of podcasts, and a few PDFs on the topic. It will then create one single unified overview of everything. It can even create an audio summary for you to listen to while you're on the go. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so the tech is definitely cool, but how does this actually change things for us in the real world, right? Well, this is where it gets really practical. We're talking about transforming how we learn and work just by being way more efficient. Just think about it for a second. For professional development, you could absorb the key points from 3 hours of webinars in just a few minutes. For students, this is a total game changer for getting through long lectures. Busy execs can find those actionable insights almost instantly. Podcast fans can skip right past the fluff, and managers can train their whole team with condensed, focused knowledge. And here's the kicker. This method isn't just faster, it's actually more effective. A study from Stanford found that learning with concise summaries can boost how much information you retain by up to 40%. It makes sense, right? When we get straight to the core ideas, we just learn better. So if we zoom out for a second, what does all of this really mean? This is way more than just a productivity hack. What we're seeing is a really fundamental shift in how we find and process information. The real magic here, it isn't just about saving a few hours. It's about making knowledge more democratic. These tools make deep learning accessible to literally anyone, no matter how packed their schedule is. They adapt to what you need, whether you want a quick overview or a really deep dive. And let's be honest, this is becoming absolutely essential. The average human attention span has now dropped to just 8.25 seconds. That is shorter than a goldfish's.
In a world with constant distractions, getting to the point quickly isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity.
So the next time you hesitate before clicking on a long video, just remember you don't have to watch the whole thing. You've got an assistant right there, ready to do the hard work for you. Let it filter, let it summarize, and let it show you just the parts that really matter.
And that leaves us with one last, powerful question to think about. In a world where you no longer have to waste your time searching for the signal in all that noise, what incredible things will you choose to focus your attention on instead?